Welcome to this recorded meditation experience. I want you, even though I'm going to be talking in the beginning a little bit, I want you to start relaxing. Wherever you are right now and you're listening to this, just drop your jaw, drop your shoulders, drop your breath, and begin to relax. Begin to listen with the body, relaxing the mind, slowing down the breath. Maybe you want to take in some big breaths and really relax on the exhale. So just starting already, not waiting for the perfect quiet moment to sit down. Just start now. This is your invitation. Relax. So I want to share with you guys an exercise and experience about calming judgment in your life and understanding your emotions more. There's many moments in your life where intensity rises, emotions rise, things get intense, and emotions have a tendency of overflooding the system, creating a reaction within the system. For some of us, it's very hard to navigate this. And we label ourselves as sensitive, we label ourselves as vulnerable, as weak, as a problem, as a burden, as confused, and we this has caused a lot of misunderstanding. So today it's all about relaxing into it and understanding your emotions. So I have an example I want to start with. I was having a really big event coming up, and I had a day where I had a lot of things to do. I had a lot of little things I had to do. And I was starting the day making breakfast for myself, and I thought, I have to eat. This is important, making breakfast. And suddenly an emotional trigger happened. I started to feel a lot of sadness in the body. I started to feel a lot. Let's not even call it sadness. I just started to feel a lot. And it got to the point where it affected me making the food. And instead of making the food because I wanted to, now I was like, okay, Elisabeth, don't worry about the emotions. You have to eat. Let's do this. Make breakfast. And it turned more into I have to do it. And I just saw the pattern so clearly. How many times do we push down our emotions because we're doing something that needs to be done? And so it's not black and white. Of course, there are some times where you do have to put your emotions on hold because there are certain things that do need to be done. This is very true. If you're at work or you have kids, there's certain situations where maybe you don't have the space to sit with yourself and take care of yourself in that way. But I had the space. And a lot of us, we do have space for this. And so I did have the space in that time. And what I decided to do is to stop breakfast and sit down. This moment really changed my life. And it might seem so little, but it really changed my life. So I sat down on a pillow with my back against the wall and I relaxed and I said, okay, I'm here. You wanted my attention. I'm here. So I relaxed and I relaxed and I breathed and I relaxed and I did not judge. I didn't try to figure out what the emotion was. I didn't try to figure out where it was coming from. I didn't try to figure it out. I just relaxed and sat down, and literally it looked like someone just sitting down and completely relaxing every single part of your body. So do that now, relax. If you're feeling any emotions anywhere, if you're feeling anything coming up, relax. And I allowed the emotions to show me something. I allowed them to show me what was really going on within inside of my body. And what I had translated in the kitchen of being, this is about sadness, this is about a certain person, this is about something that I've been through recently, and I started labeling it and judging it. And by judging it, I turned it into something else. I said, well, it's this, it's because of that, and then it made me start to think of that, and it got me so out of the moment and into this whole other world. So by sitting down when your emotions are high and relaxing, it helps you stay present with what is going on for you. And I promise you, if you can get good at this, you are going to be someone where emotions flow through you. You're going to be someone that you trust yourself when emotions are high, because you know that they're beautiful. You know that they're here to show you something. You know how to translate them so you can relax. You can trust that they will move. And you know that there will be wisdom. There's always wisdom in emotions. Always. So we do not become a victim of our emotions. So relaxing right now, I just want you to take a big breath, but don't force it. Don't force the breath. Just take a really beautiful, effortless, big breath where you feel expansion in the chest, you feel expansion in the body, and just relax on the exhale. Just a nice ah on the exhale. Ooh on the inhale. Ah on the exhale. Continue that breath. Continue that breath. So a big part of emotional process is your mind, because the most powerful way a human can create is when they put their mind to something and their energy behind it. So when you're processing emotions, it's not going to help you if you label and judge with your mind. But the mind wants to do something. The mind always wants to do something, and it wants to figure something out, always looking for answers. So you give it something to do. You tell the mind to breathe. You tell it to relax the body. You tell it everything's going to be okay. You tell it this is fine. You tell it I'm safe. You tell it to relax the body again. You tell it that you're safe. You tell it that you're fine. You tell your mind you're going to be okay. Have your mind work with you. And when I say you, I mean who you really are. A part inside of you that really trusts, of course your feelings are safe. Of course you can handle this. You know that. But your experiences, your ego, your mind doesn't always know that. And that's why fight or flight happens. That's why we reject and we want to do different things and we distract ourselves. But there's a part within you that knows you can handle all of this. So you have to link that part with the conscious part and subconscious part of your mind. Because you, in a sense, are not the conscious or subconscious part. You are the observer of it. You are something much bigger. we have this personality, we have this ideas, we have memories, we have an opportunity to express ourselves. So when all these parts can come together, that is very beautiful. And the emotions are part of it. The emotions are part of this getting back on track, the alignment. And when you can really relax, you might find that they're trying to tell you something you've been waiting for. They've been giving you the answer that you've been asking for. So as I sat on this pillow, and I was so convinced for a moment that it was because of this and because of this, but honestly, I didn't even tap into the emotion. My mind just went straight to trying to figure it out. And I just came up with whatever was most plausible, whatever made the most sense at the moment. I'm like, of course it's this. But when I sat with myself and I really felt without judgment, I was really present without trying to change anything. When I wasn't scared to know the truth, what I discovered was so different than what I thought was going on. And since then, everything has changed for me. I am not so quick to jump to what's going on within me, because what's going on within me is ever changing. I'm not so quick to judge a moment or to judge a part of my life, because I know that things are changing. And I'm becoming better, and we can become better at knowing where is it coming from. Because there's just such a beautiful moment when your emotions and who you really are and your mind can connect. That's very powerful. So when you feel overwhelmed, when there's a lot going on, and you have space, you have time, you're home, you're somewhere where, yeah, I can just take a couple minutes, I can take 5 minutes. This whole process for me was only 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Of course, sometimes it can be a lot more. Some of us are in different places in our lives. Some emotions are more bottled up than others. So some will just take you one breath. Others can take you a couple of days. But the point is, the more you practice this, the more present you are with yourself, the quicker it will become. You'll get better and better and better at this. You'll get to know yourself more. You'll get to know the language of your emotions more. You'll have a stronger connection to your intuition. A stronger connection to who you really are. So you'll understand more about what's happening around you and within you. So don't underestimate the power of your emotions. Don't underestimate your strength. Because yes, things will hurt. There is sadness in this world. There is heartbreaks. There is, frustration. There's pain. But if you resist it all the time, are you really living? A moment of pain can open you to many, many, many moments of freedom. Don't resist it. Don't push it down. Let things come up. Let things come through. And don't judge. Because when you judge something, you're turning it into something it's not. But when you experience something and you feel it in your whole being, then you'll know. You'll just know. It'll be so clear. But until then, you need to listen. You need to relax, open up. So whatever it is you're going through, let this be your reminder to take a couple minutes for yourself and let go. And I love this quote by Dan Burleigh. You'll be surprised. The more fully that you feel something, the more quickly it will pass. So sitting there, judging it, thinking about it, wondering, repressing it, saying you'll feel later, I don't have time now, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you are making it so much longer than it has to be. You're turning it into something else. But if you can just fully feel it, cut off all distractions and just feel, you'd be surprised how quickly it will move because you're giving it space. Energy needs space to move. Judgment creates walls. Overthinking creates walls. Distraction creates walls. When you relax, you open it up. You let it move. When you relax your breath, it will help you as well. So I hope this helped. Sending so much love on your path, on your journey. And hoping that you can use your emotions as an ally, as your friend, as a beautiful tool in this life. Stop calling yourself sensitive if it's coming from a place of disempowerment. Stop calling yourself weak or vulnerable if it's coming from a place of not feeling good enough. Because you are good enough. You were born good enough. And it's possible to be vulnerable. It's possible to be, feel weak in moments. But the energy behind it is more, I feel vulnerable right now, but I got this. I feel weak right now, but I know that I'm supported and loved. So it's just a different energy, because I know what it's like to feel on the other side of this and to just have so many emotions, to be so sensitive. But this is all about strengthening your emotional intelligence. Relax the judgment and just feel.